Enrique, thank you for joining us. As leader of Terrapin's shale gas portfolio, we're interested in finding out a little bit more about unconventional opportunities outside of the United States. And in particular, Poland has been in the news a lot. I understand that about something like 5 of the 18 TCM reserves in Europe are in Poland. Do you think that the Polish market can replicate the success of shale in the United States?
They could potentially develop a shale boom, Sean, in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be at the same kind of volume that the US have made the success of the shale revolution. However, Poland has a great opportunity to cut the dependency of the energy resources from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Poland also has the chance to even become a gas or resources exporter to the rest of Europe.
Okay.
So it's an opportunity really not to be missed.
And I understand that 113 concessions have been awarded to about 19 consortia, but they have a target of drilling something like 309 exploration wells by 2021. That sounds pretty chunky to me. Are they on track to meet that?
Not quite as yet. There has been quite a few setbacks in the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
The main one being the regulatory frame in both aspects, environmental and tax. Those two pieces of legislation have now been drafted, or are now in public consultation, and they're both due to be approved as a law by the autumn this year. And that would be the biggest kick-off situation for the shale gas market in Poland, due that the oil and gas operators need to know exactly what the extent of the business they're going to have, regardless of the results they're getting on the first exploratory wells that are drilling right now.
Mm-hmm. Exxon very publicly exited the Polish unconventional market recently, a few months back. Do we take anything from that?
There's a couple of aspects to take into consideration from that situation. The first one being a political game played by Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Exxon have signed an agreement with Rosneft to develop the Arctic fields in Siberia.
Right.
One of the conditions, although these haven't been publicly agreed or exposed, is the fact that Russia is against the shale gas development in Poland and in Europe altogether. So there might be something politically agreed between these two organizations that might have ended up on the pullout of Exxon from the Polish shale market. There's also the fact that Exxon have drilled 2 wells and none of them have given the results that they wanted to have. Mm-hmm. Again, this hasn't been publicly addressed. Mm-hmm. However, it's common knowledge that the flowbacks that Exxon had in these first 2 exploratory wells weren't as good as they wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. So which companies are leading the Polish shale market at the moment, or shale exploration market?
Until only a couple of days ago, Picnic, the Polish national oil company, was the one leading the way. Mm-hmm. Picnic is also forecasting a move from exploration to production by late 2014, early 2015. Still quite optimistic, but Picnic is definitely the company leading the way. However, last week an agreement has been signed between San Leon and Halliburton, in which they're going to develop something like a joint venture between the two. Halliburton will be in charge of the on-the-ground operation fully, and are looking to invest something like $30 to $40 million for the development of these 4 to 5 wells this year with San Leon.
Mm-hmm. And is that model relatively unusual? It sounds very interesting that an oil service company and an operator partnering in that way.
It is an unusual model outside the United States, and it's not as usual in the United States, but has happened before. Mm-hmm. Halliburton has the muscle, Halliburton has the power to do things like that. Other services companies might not.
Enrique, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's been very interesting. Thank you.